guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you've all had a wonderful day. Today's video is my new TBR game for 2021. Now, if you've been with me a little while, you know that last year, 2020, I did a Lucky Dip TBR, which meant that every book I own was written on a piece of paper and put into genre bags, and then I would choose 5 books to read throughout the month, and I could pick from any genre. But it meant that I had to read that specific book, and I found that quite stressful. So I kind of decided that 2021 I wanted to take less pressure off my reading, but choose things that I was really excited to read with a couple of curveballs kind of thrown in. So I have a new TBR game. So it's similar. There are 100 prompts in here, because my Goodreads goal for 2021 is to read 100 books. And the idea is that I will choose 8 books, or 8 prompts to help me choose 8 books. So when I worked it out, 100 books for the year is about 8.3333 something books a month. So I am doing buddy reads as well. So I hope that I will be able to achieve my Goodreads goal. I did reach 100 books in 2020, however a lot of them were children's books or like Roald Dahl, and I listened to them via audiobook, so they went quite quickly. So the idea is to read as many books off my own shelves as possible. Now, along with my Goodreads goal of 100 books, I actually was going to use this box as my saving book box. Basically, the lovely Nicke bought me this gorgeous Bronte Sisters mug, and I didn't want to chuck away the box because I thought it was so pretty, so I cut a little hole in the top, and the idea is that each time I read a book off my shelf, I will put £1 in the box. Obviously, I'm not sure how that's going to work as now I have my prompts in here, but we will find something to put £1 in. So, as part of my no-buy, I'm not allowed to purchase any books at all whatsoever. However, there is a little clause in there which means I can purchase a book provided I have read 10 books off my shelf and there is £10 in here. So yeah, they have to be 10 physical books off my shelves. I can listen to them via audiobook, but I have to have the physical book in order to put £1 in here. And when I have read 10 books, I'm allowed to purchase a singular book using the money from in here. Now, this is where it gets a bit confusing, but basically, if I read, once I've read 10 books and there's £10 in here, I'm allowed to spend up to the value of £10 on a book. But say I buy a book secondhand off of eBay and it's £3.50, I'm then going to keep the £6.50 still in here, so that if I want to roll it over to the next month, then I can, but it means I have to have an extra £10 in, so £16.50 in total. So I still have to have read 10 books each time in order to purchase another book. I hope that makes sense. If it was super confusing, let me know. Anyway, let's get into it. So the idea is that I'm going to pick 8 prompts and then choose books that correspond with that prompt. I have chucked a couple of curveballs in here just to make it that little bit harder, because I don't want it to be just a completely smooth ride. I do want some little scares in amongst it. But yes, I wrote out 100 prompts. Some of them are the same, so there might be multiple of the same prompt. Hopefully we won't get them all in the first video, but yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going down. Right, so the first one, let's have a little look if she can open it, is there we go, read a book over 450 pages. So give me a second, I'm gonna go find one. Okay, so the one I've gone for is Dead Beautiful by Yvonne Woon. This one is actually quite a bit over 450 pages. It is 504. Okay, so it's 54 pages over, but this one has been on my shelf a little while and I quite like to get into it. And it just says, Desire, Danger and Destiny. Little did I know that this was what I would find at Gottfried Academy. Coming from sunny California, the mist-shrouded academy was a shock. With its strange customs, ancient curriculum and study of Latin, the language of the dead. Then I discovered that the school has more than one dark secret. I also discovered Dante, intelligent, elusive, and devastatingly gorgeous. Most people can't decide whether they love, hate, or fear him. All I know is that when we're together, I've never felt more alive or more afraid. Does finding your soulmate mean losing yourself? So yeah, I picked this one up ages ago, and yeah, I kind of want to get into it. It sounds juicy. It's quite a hefty read, I'm aware. But what a way to start a TBR game with a bit of a cracker. So yeah, there is the first one. Oh, I am also going to be reading Queen of Nothing with Nicke. So when I spin around and do my next prompt, I'll grab that one out as well. Yeah, so on to prompt number 2. So along with my buddy read with Nicke, I am going to be still picking 8 books. So there'll be 9 on this TBR altogether. Wish me luck, because I couldn't manage 5. Next up is author with initials of... Author initials book. Oh, okay. So I watched a couple of TBR videos to help me get some of these prompts. But the idea is that you choose a book with the author that has the same initials as yourself. I'm not sure if I have one, so I'm gonna have a hunt. Bear with. Okay, so I actually found one, and the one I've gone for is The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Colfer. So this is the first one in a 6-book series. I have actually read this one before, this specific book as opposed to the series, but I wanted to read this book again before I started the series, so that's why I went for this one. I did have another choice. I could have gone with one of Cassandra Clare's, which is right at the top, but her books intimidate me slightly, so I didn't go for one of those. But yeah, so I went for this one, and it's kind of a retelling, sort of. And it just says, Alex and Connor Bailey's world is about to change. When the twins' grandmother gives them a treasured fairy tale book, they have no idea they're about to enter a land beyond all imagining. The land of stories, where fairy tales are real. The twins know they must get back somehow, but with the legendary evil queen hot on their trail, will they ever find the way? So yeah, it's kind of 2 kids fall into the fairy tale world. And I'm really excited to read it. So yeah, we just have to keep our fingers crossed that we don't get the start another series prompt that I put in there, because I'm already starting one. So yeah, there's that. I think if I have the opportunity to, I will use the prompts to pick the next book in a series. However, if it doesn't call for it, but I still want to read the next one, that will be added in as an extra. So yeah. I mentioned this one earlier. This is obviously The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. It is the 3rd one in the trilogy, from the All Souls trilogy that me and Nicke are reading together. There is a final book that's come out. I think it's an extra. How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. So that might be one that goes onto my list and I pick up eventually, once I've obviously accumulated enough money from my reading. But for now, yeah, we are going to be finishing it off in January. And I won't read the back because I haven't quite finished Wicked King yet. Nicky's been telling me off for ages. I'm nearly there. But yeah, I'm not going to read the back because I haven't finished Wicked King yet. And obviously I don't want to give myself any spoilers. But yeah, so that is the last one in that series that we will be reading. Itchy nose. Right, let's go on and pick our 3rd prompt. I'm not overly happy about these prompts so far. I feel like maybe we should pick something that's not yellow. And they've all fallen out all over my lap. That's what happens when you haven't got a big enough box. So the one I've gone for is this one. I'm just going to put these back in. Come on, be something lucky, because this is stressful. Okay, friend chooses a book for you. So I am going to get one of my friends to pick a book for me. It'll probably be Nicke, to be fair, but obviously I am currently filming on my phone, so I can't text her. So what I will do is, when I have finished filming, I will send Nicke some pictures of my bookshelves. She can choose a book for me to read, and then I will put in a little bit of a caption and a picture of what the book is that she has chosen. So yeah, there is that. That's number 3. Let's stick that on there. Right, let's go for number 4. Oh, I'm also doing the A to Z challenge on my reading. So obviously I will try and read books that are in the alphabet by title, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, so I'll keep you guys updated. Oh no, I've got another friend chooses a book for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that one up and put it back in, because I've already got one of those, and I feel like that's fair. Right, let's go down to the bottom, see what we've got. Okay, so my camera just fell off its tripod, but I didn't actually pick one yet, so we're going to, because obviously we got friend chooses your book again. I don't want another pink one. Oh, okay, we've got green and yellow. We're going to go green, because we haven't had a green yet. Green is a book covered in vines. Okay, let's find one of those. Okay, I found one, and apart from choosing another series, which I did not want to do, this is probably one of the only ones I had. So this is The Binding by Bridget Collins. I have to say it's a fairly hefty book again. We are not picking any small ones. This one is 437 pages. I'm excited for this month, can you tell? But it says, Emmett Farmer is a binder's apprentice. His job is to handcraft beautiful books, and within each to capture something unique and extraordinary, a memory. If you have something you want to forget or a secret to hide, he can bind it, and you will never have to remember the pain it caused. In a vault under his mentor's workshop, row upon row of books and secrets are meticulously stored and recorded. Then one day, Emmett makes an astonishing discovery. One of the volumes has his name on it. So it sounds pretty exciting. I don't have many books from a male perspective, or male's point of view. So this one is going to be quite interesting. But yeah, there we go. There's that one. I'm a little bit scared of my TBR, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Right, so that was pick number 4, as obviously we still need Nicke to choose a book. I'm picking Nicke because she knows my shelves probably better than most people. But yeah, so book number 5, we have a yellow one again. I'm a little bit scared of my own TBR game. Right, what does it say? A book published in the decade you were born. Awesome. Okay, so I was born in 1995, so the book I am looking for on these shelves will be the 90s. So I'm going to go and see if I can find one of those. Okay, I found one, and it is a Diddy one. I don't actually know where the front cover of this is, like the dust jacket, because I got this in my phone box book exchange, but it is a Stephen King, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. It's a short one, thank goodness. It's 211 pages, and I don't know anything about it, so I can't read you the blurb, but I can tell you that it was published in 1999. I don't know if you can see it, it says it there. But it was published in 1999, so this book counts as a book published in the decade you were born, thank goodness. It was actually quite difficult to find. A few of the ones I picked up that have been on my shelf a really long time actually aren't that old. So yeah, we had that. Right, so that was book number, how many? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 3 left, I can count. Yeah, so we've got 3 prompts left. This is quite hard, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Right, we've got another yellow, and it is the 100th book on your shelf. So bear with me, I'm just going to go and count all my books and get to number 100. Okay, so the 100th book on my shelf was a Brian Jakes Redwall one. It's not this one, it was a different one. But as this is part of a series, what I'm going to do is read this one, which is Outcast of Redwall, which is the 3rd book. So it still counts, I'm still reading a Redwall book, I'm just reading it in the right order. But I've read the other 2 and really enjoyed them. This one says, Ferret Swart? Six Claw and arch enemy Sunflash the Mace swear a pledge of death upon each other. Meanwhile, a young creature is cruelly banished from Rebel Abbey forcing a heartbreaking choice upon a young mousemaid. A decision linking her destiny to the outcast of Redwall. So the idea behind this is Redwall is an abbey and it is looked after by mice and various other woodland creatures, and there is always a nasty woodland creature coming along to try and take over Redwall, basically. So yeah, I'm excited to get to number 3. And yeah, there's that. So 2 more to choose, is that right? 2 more. Let's see. I haven't really come up with a plan of what I'm going to do if I don't finish some of these books. So if any of you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below and we can make a decision together. So I picked a pink one and it says book with a black cover. That shouldn't be too difficult as half of my fantasy all has a black cover. Bear with. Okay, so I found one. I have gone for Fairest of All by Serena Valentino. It's a tale of the Wicked Queen. I haven't read this one. I have read Poor Unfortunate Soul and The Beast Within, and I really enjoyed those. And I find the villain series a lot easier to read than the Twisted Tales, so that's why I've gone for this one. It does have a mainly black cover apart from her face. I do love the change between faces. I think that's really cool. But yeah, so this is a book with a black cover. Now it just says, how did the Wicked Queen become so evil? When the king asks for her hand in marriage, the beautiful daughter of a cruel mirror maker accepts, hoping her fortunes will change for the better. But will they? This is the untold tale of love, loss and dark magic behind the classic story of Snow White. So yeah, I'm excited to get to it. I know, I feel like you're meant to read these in a bit of an order, but I haven't. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to it, and I did choose it because it's only about 240 pages, which is a lot nicer with my current TBR. So there's that, and then we have the final one to choose. Oh, that's pink again. We don't want pink again. Pink is not nice. Oh no. Okay. I have a yellow one that fell out, so we'll go with that. And it is... I can open it. A book whose author has the same name as someone you know. So I'm going to go with first name, and yeah, I'm going to find one. Bear with. Okay, so weirdly enough, this one was actually a little bit difficult to choose, but I've gone for Katie Ford, A Country Escape. I actually work with a Katie, so it wasn't too difficult, and it is spelt the same. But the reason it was quite difficult to choose is mainly because this book is actually on my self-destruct list. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it is a chick lit, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get through, she says. But it just says, a year in the country, a year to fall in love. Fran has made the brave decision to move into a beautiful but rundown farm in the Cotswolds. She has 1 year to make a success of it and to prove herself and to the old lady who owns it that she can manage on her own. But can she? She's going to need a lot of help. So again, this one is a fairly chunky one, but the font is quite large, so that might play a part. But it is 367 pages. So again, a fairly hefty one, but I have gone for it purely because obviously I work with a Katie, and yeah, it was an easier choice for some of the others because a lot of the ones that have names of people I know are part of a series, and as I said, I didn't want to start another one unnecessarily, so I thought we'd go for one that is on my self-destruct shelf, and hopefully it will be enjoyable. Mainly they're only on that self-destruct shelf purely because I have had them a really long time, and if they're not ones I'm going to pick up just because I want to read them, they're probably not going to get got to. Right, so as I said before, let's have a quick rundown of what we've got. So we've got Katie Ford's A Country Escape, a book whose author has the same name as someone you know. A book with a black cover is Fairest of All by Serena Valentino. The 100th book on your shelf was Brian Jake's Outcast of Redwall. A book published in the decade you were born is Stephen King's The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. A book covered in vines is The Binding by Bridget Collins. This one, the more I think about it, sounds more intriguing. So I'm excited for that. We need to get Nicke to choose a book, so that book will pop up here. Author with the same initials as you, The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. A book over 450 pages, Dead Beautiful by Yvonne Woon. And then obviously our buddy read, which is Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I do have, as I said before, I do have obviously a fair few friend picks my books. So I do have a couple of other friends that lined up, but I am going to bother Nicke for this one, just because she knows my shelf so well, and I'm hoping she will be kind to me. But yeah, so we have our, there should be 8 books here with a 9th to choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to choose. So yeah, these are our books. I am super excited to get them read. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's everything for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this new TBR game of mine, even though it was slightly cruel to me this month. But yeah, wish me luck for the month of January reading all of these. If you have read any, let me know without spoilers what you thought in the comment section down below. And if you have a kind of idea or a punishment, so to speak, for if I don't read some or I don't get to them in the month, then also let me know that as well. But yeah, that's everything for me. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.